I had some leadership position in Red Hat, JPMorgan, and now as a freelancer and CTO. I really like this type of leadership because I'm a kind of leader that is working with my team to accomplish a common goal. And this, we should always remember that it's not like a boss mentality, but we all work together for the greater goods. And especially in this fast-paced world where technology is moving so fast. I mean, I remember when people used to graduate and study Java as a programming language. Now it sounds heritage from the past. And when you're done, you graduate on Java and you will use this software all your life. Now we saw that innovation and be able to always learn and try to understand the best and good practice that can come from anybody in the organization. From a new joiner that maybe has a brilliant idea, or also from a senior people that already got in the situation before. So I'm always a good listener. I'm an author of several books and video courses. It really inspired me to take all my knowledge and share with my community, because it's a way of giving back. In this world, there are a lot of ways of learning, and each of us has a different way. There are people that are more visual, people that are more practical, and it really inspired me to kind of give back to the community, because I was learning by reading the manual, testing out by myself, and sometimes this process is a little bit lonely and long. And I would love to save somebody else the trial and error phase. And if I'm able to give you like a glimpse of what's the best way of moving forward, or maybe help the manufacturer of a product to get a better product to all of us, I believe in these greater goods and kind of reciprocity. It really inspired me when I was in India, because one of my publishers is based over there, invited me over for a wedding. And one guy came to me in my community and said, "Oh, I saw your content. I got really inspired." We ended up with a good, sharing good memory how when the software was installed in a bunch of floppy disks, and probably this heritage from the past. A lot of people mention automation and AI might replace human, but I think that we need to take a closer look in the past. I mean, automation is a way of moving things faster and kind of skip like the boring part. We all in our life have a small example. If we think, I give you like a historical overview, like in the past we used to move from one place to another using horses, and there was a full industry around the horses. There were places where you can feed the horse, and places where you can sleep with, and we evolved from that point of time. It's not that people disappear. The people started doing different things. What was just a hotel, it became like a fuel station. And I think that nowadays automation is a good way of eliminating the low and boring, the low intelligence and very boring task. Some days I'm doing like copy and paste from one application to another. This is boring, and we can automate. And the AI is giving us like some kind of superpower, understand the intent behind an operation. But what we call AI is just a very smart statistics system that we need to give them the right intellect, the human glimpse, and try to explain to them what we really want to accomplish. Because in the end, the computer is just a machine that repeats the same operation faster and faster. But I'm a strong believer that it should be always a human in the loop, and the human that can dominate and understand all this subtlety and also nuances. This is the real differentiator in the market. The key skill for the future in the tech industry are for sure like continuous learning, because we saw in the latest years this industry, it accelerated very fast, and we saw a lot of things that we are actually doing right now. You're probably watching this video throughout the internet, using a mobile device or a computer that was invented just a few years ago, if you think about it. And this is kind of one of the benefits of technology. And as a technologist, being able to take advantage of the latest innovation is always, the market always rewards the first mover in an industry. So if you have the opportunity to understand more about artificial intelligence, agentic AI, and all these new concepts, and the new one will appear, you will be always on the forefront of the market. For non-technical people, you also have a great advantage because you probably craft one art. It could be some manufacturing, some real-world skill. Maybe you are a people person, or maybe you are a process person, and be able to integrate AI in your daily workflow. It gives you an advantage to the people that are not using. So, guys, I think that now we live in this moment that there are so many tools, and we just need to figure it out. I really like this trial and error phase. In an era of high technological changes, traditional way of learning, university degrees, sounds like outdated, but they give us a very interesting foundation. They give us some skill and something. I'm super grateful about my computer science degree because it gave me like the formamentis, the ability to adapt faster to the market. And I can understand some fundamental. There are some things that are taught only in university. If you don't know that some tools exist, you're not able to use it. I understand that we came so far and there are a lot of different ways to learn. So this is a good fundamental for your mindset. However, as the technology and also the way of learning evolve, we need to find a quick way to get updated on the latest innovation and try to understand the pattern in the market. So in this way, newest way of consuming this content that could be through technical article, video courses, or whatever fits your journey, it will be super great. I personally spend half an hour to 1 hour every day just to understand what's going on in the market, and if there is any trend, try to jump on that. I remember just a few years ago, the RAG technology on top of AI, it sounds like magic, and now everybody's talking about this type of technology. You need to understand what's going on and be able to understand where we are going. Just for example, we're browsing the internet through a search engine, and maybe in the future we're going to access information in a different way. Maybe we're going to have a personal assistant or a better and fastest way. I work globally. I work with professionals from all over the world. I think the only limitation nowadays is time zone, because with a modern video conferences tool, we can work like we are sitting next to each other. And I really like having this type of ability. What I'm seeing is that a different part of the world has a different appetite for risk and innovation. I saw some area, for example, Europe is traditionally more technical and engineering, whereas other parts of the world are more entrepreneurial mindset. So we need to embrace a different culture, and this is also being part of a global village. I personally write text to say to some friend, Happy Diwali or good New Chinese Year. And I think that it's fun that we try to understand each other and what it represents for the other part of the world. What every company should understand about AI before embracing the transformative journey. I think this is the gold star, because everything starts from data. Every company should understand that the AI the final AI will be as good as your input data. So traditionally, a lot of companies are organized in a siloed department, like the sales area, the engineer area, the HR area, and these are not communicating one to another. And we saw a big opportunity that AI is good in recognizing pattern and give us insight. But we need to kind of uniform the data and be able to correlate one to another. So it depends by your industry and your use case, but every company should have like a clear mission. Just, I don't know, for example, the leadership could say, oh, our goal is to cut the cost of shipping, for example, in a classical logistic company by 20%. And you're going to implement an AI system that maybe give you a better path to follow and for the driver, and this can lead to achieving this goal. But having a clear understanding about which strings need to be connected, because the dots are always on the matrix, and the human are always the gatekeeper of the system. But I believe that data nowadays is more important than ever. Future and works and learning. These are the challenges of the future. And I think that this is very interesting because we are used to this 9 to 5, 5 days per week. And I believe that more and more we are moving on a skill-based economy. This means that we need the right person with the right talent, with the right skill at the right time. So in a way, probably we could evolve. We might not see the office as in the same way, especially after pandemic anymore. For me, it's more like a social place, a place where I'm going to meet the colleague and have in-face meeting. And we got the best from that space. For me, but when I need to collaborate, when I need to work on a global scale, I just need that person that has that is a super mega specialist in one area. And I think the challenge in the new workplace will be how we can connect together and we have the right process in place. So I see an evolution of a traditional fabric where everybody is sitting all day and do this kind of stuff. It's also not good for our body. We need to find a better balance, and we need to move more on goal and service-oriented economy. So this is how I see the future.